Hey Stampers, Gaynor again. Now, I was having a little play. I made this about 4 years ago, and it's so cute. Held together with washi tape. So I made it a little bigger one today for the Stampin' Up sequins. You know, the little gems that come. Made it wide enough for those to fit in. Obviously, I could get another about 7 or 8 in here. One, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 or 7 in there, and then same that side. And I thought, how cute. But then, because these were a little bit on the loose side, I made a slightly bigger one that holds all your blocks, except for the mega large ones. This will hold 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, the 12 smaller blocks, and it's so sturdy. And it's just made with 225 GSM cardstock. I stamped it inside and out. Let me just take these out to show you. Everyone wants something to put their blocks in. So I stamped it both sides. I've added just a little bit of washi for decoration. You don't have to do that, but this one it fit all these in. This one did, but I was thinking, where am I going to put these? So I made it slightly bigger. I made it so we can get all our little bits in, and you could even fit one just like that, and you can still grip it. It'll sit on your desk lovely. There's still plenty of space down the side. You could even push them all to the outside. Not that one, but, and you can still grip it. It'll just sit on your desk perfectly and give you space. And like I say, I've already made the one for the washi tape years ago, but I've had this one 4 years and it's still doing its job. So if you want the slightly bigger one, I'll give you the measurements for this. This was 7.5 by 12. I'll write that in. So your cardstock is 7.5 by 12. On the short side, you score at 2 inches and 5.5. And then on the long side, you'll score at 1 inch, 3 3/4, and 6. And then just turn it round and do 1 3/4 again, or 8 1/4 and 11. And they're the same measurements for the 8, and you're going to need for the larger box. You'll need, got me with all these bits, 8.5 by 12, and we will literally be doing exactly the same on the long side, and on the short side it'll be 2 and 6.5. So this will be the one so you can fit your gems in, and you'll get about 14 containers in there. And then the ones for the blocks will be 8.5 by 12. We're going to score the short side at 2 and 6.5, and then we'll score, and the same with this one, this will be 2 and 5.5, and then both the 8.5 and 7.5 you'll score at 1 3 3/4, 6, 8 1/4, and 11, and it's the same for both measurements. But what I'm going to do first, I've got my thick cardstock, and it's not that thick, but when you've folded it, you've got all your sides glued down, you've got your 2 pieces together, you've got your tape inside. It doubles the strength, and it really, really, really is strong. So I'm using the art gallery, this beautiful picture here. Now I scored, then stamped. I think I'm going to stamp, then score. You can pick whatever colours you want. I've chose Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, Flirty Flamingo and Coastal Cabana. I got my stamp and scrub ready to clean my sections. Let's just pop that there. Got my stamp mounted and we're going to start stamping away. And it uses very little waste. But just have some fun. Pick a stamp set. You could even do this with really thick designer series paper. This is just flimsy designer series paper, really flimsy. But by the time you've got your sides glued in, you've got this section glued. I could grit my smaller blocks with this paper. But look, it's thin. You could add a bottom bit inside each one. You could have designer series paper. It's entirely up to you, but I'm just going to use this gorgeous stamp. And I'm just going to randomly stamp on, stamp off. And I'm not just going to do it one side. I'm going to flick it over and I'm going to do both sides. So I'm changing the orientation. And I'm going to just, oh, absolutely love it. Clean my stamp and get it on for the next colour. This is the Highland Heather. I'm just going to do a few of this. This is lovely and dark. And then I'm going to spin this round and I'm just adding colour. I mean, you just change the orientation. Some of it you will see, some of it you won't. Some of the sides are going to get glued up, like I'm saying. Cleaned my stamp, ready for my Flirty Flamingo. I may not. Yes, I will do. I love the Flirty Flamingo. It's one of my favourite colours. Oh, doesn't matter if you get it all on there. It's just a sweet, sweet colour. I finally ordered the in colours today. So that's that one. I'll probably do a little video when that comes because I've joined again. Just to get the bargains. You probably see the joining video before this comes out. But you could get the leaf pattern. You could really go to town on some of your stamping. Oh, just add. Got myself some scrap just so I don't get, mind you, the other paper's dirty now anyway. Oh, it's just so pretty. Go over some of these. Just love it. Oh, just basically going over. It's like making your own designer series paper again, but just love it. Clean the stamp. Let's show you the stamp set actually. Make sure you click all your stamp sets into place, otherwise you will dry out. But I mean, you could add this flower as well, go and fill all the gaps in. I tell you what's another good thing you can do as well. Let me just grab one of my stamping blends and let's go with think this is Night of Navy. So just add some dots here, there and everywhere. Just make your paper look pretty. You can take all the time in the world. You can just add them. Just make it look pretty. Take your time. And they should, oh no, they didn't show through. I thought they would have shown through on the other side. Don't do so much in the corners because you know they're going to get tucked in. But you can really just add any design you want. You could just literally randomly dot everywhere as well. You could even do it while the box is made, you know. It's just so cute. I love it. So, I don't want to go too mental, but I think that is absolutely gorgeous. Maybe see, add a couple more. You could even switch up your colours. Just fill in the gaps, have some fun. So, right, that's my scrap. Close my stamp and press. Now we're going to do some scoring. So, short side first. We're going to do 2 inches. And then, what did I say? 8 3/4 this is. So it's not, it's 2 6 3/4, not 6 1/2. So 6 and, or just spin it round and do 2 inches again. So you've got you've literally got 4 3/4 gap here, because that's how long the blocks are. So 2, spin it around, and then another 2, and then the long side we're going to do 1 inch, 4 3. Is it 4 3? I can't remember. Sorry, 3 3/4. Yeah. 6. And then, like I'm saying, you can spin it round and do another 1 and 3 3/4, because there's the 6. Or you can do 1, 3 3/4, 6, 8 1/4, and 11. Oh, I got there in the end. It's so simple. But who wouldn't like a nice block tidy? So there it is again. So it's 1, 3 3/4, 6, 8 1/4, and 11. Short side is 2 and 6 3/4, because it's 8 3/4 by 12, not 8 1/2. And then that's the, and then the gem holder is 7 1/2. And you're going to score that exactly the same, but at short side 2 and 5 1/2. And then the long side is going to be exactly the same as that. So the gem holder is 12 by 7 1/2, and you're going to score the short side at 2 and 5 1/2. And the stamping block holder is 8 3/4 by 12, and you're going to score that on the short side 2 and 6 3/4. And then doesn't matter what side, then you're going to do 1, 1 3/4, 6, 8 1/4, and 11. Ooh, Ooh, we get there in the end. So now I'm just going to burnish the score lines. I think I like it nice with the dots on. I think that's so cute. Love it. It can be a little bit awkward on one side once you've done one side, but it's not really. It's just so simple. And because I've scored there, you need to fold there. Fold it the other way. You've got a chance you could end up splitting your cardstock. So we've done those, we've done those, we've done all those. Now we need to do some cutting away. So cut up all the sides. Just up to the score line. And I'll show you in a minute. Right, now on the small ones, cut them in half and then just take a little clip out. And you're going to do that just on these 4 sides. You'd be by surprised what you can work out. Especially if you want something. So I've cut the score line away, cut it in half, and I'm just going to notch up into there. Same on this side. Cut away. That's the waist for now. There will be a little bit more, but not a lot. And like I say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my let me just put that away. Bits. I'm just going to use my fast fuse. I've still got some of this fast fuse left. So it's literally just while I put the container together, and then I'm going to be using glue. So watch. So you're going to do the 2 small tabs and then pull these in, because we're going to do these tabs as well. But don't go all the way to the top, literally. Three-quarters of the way up. Come on now, don't play up. There we go. Yeah, leave the top bit because we're going to cut that off after. And you can do that on there as well if you want. Again, but this side don't do all the way to the top. Just go about 3/4 of the way up, and your little slabs again. Right, we're going to fold the little tabs in and pull that close together. So we've got a nice groove there on both sides. And then the second one we folded in, we're going to literally fetch that up. And we're going to put that right against that edge. And this is, you've got a bit sticking out the top. So that's why you don't glue all the way to the top. And then this can, whoops. This will glue all the way up to the back there. Just hold that in place. And then again, just do exactly the same on this side. Tuck your little fellas in. So you've basically got 2 square boxes. So bring this round clasp that, and then bring the little one round and clasp that, and then fold it over. Now I'm just going to hold it together with a couple of pegs, because now what we're going to do, we're going to cut from this corner to that corner, neaten it off. This corner down to that corner, and then what I tend to do then, while it's still got its little glue spot, pull it out and then literally just glue that into place now. It doesn't always happen, but just put a little tiny speck of glue and then do the other side as well. So right from one corner to that corner. And there's all the waste you're going to get off that. And again, if you want to lift these flaps up inside, you can just squeeze a little bit. I tend to find that it's glued in properly, so I'll just add a little bit of glue just so these are squeezed up. Perfect. You can go around, check your sides if you want to. How cute. And basically we're just going to glue squidges right along the edge, fetch it back together. I mean, if you want to add strength, just put some clips in whilst you rub that together. My little peg's coming undone. So I'm just squeezing. If you wanted to put a base on, you could add a chipboard base, stamp it, or just add some designer series paper. I've got, where's my washi tape? You don't have to do this, but I'm going to add a little bit of pink this time. Oh, I'm going to go with the blue again. Let's see. No, the wrong colour green. Let's go with this. This is like a Bermuda Bay again. And this is really old. I had this when I first joined Stampin' Up. Oh, 7 years ago. It's quite, and it's very sticky still. So I started off in the centre, right along the bottom edge. Perfect. And then just guide yourself around the bottom. Literally use your paper down the bottom just to add. Gives you a little bit of extra strength. Using your guide, if you just pull your paper and come around that corner, and then you can just grab a pair of scissors now. Straighten that off nice and neat in the centre. And you can't even tell. That is so cute. And like I'm saying, if you want to add more stability, you can add some cardstock. You could add some designer series paper. You could even add any leftover papers, cut them down, stamp them even, and just lay them inside, because this measures 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. So let me just show you what you could do. So let's cut this 4 and just short of 4 3/4, and just short of, what was that, did I say? 2 3/4. if you wanted to add a little bit more strength, you could pop something like that inside. I don't think you need it, but you can if you want to. You could add some designer series paper to here as well. It's just going to add strength. No, I like the other way around. Don't ask me why. Let me just grab another piece. Let's just do another piece just to be on the safe side. I don't think it needs it, but I'm just showing you what you can do. So literally I've cut it like a 1/16 smaller. So there are my larger dies. These are my 2 long ones. And then there's a little bit of give. There are my 2 side-by-side ones. You can... Oops. Gaynors can't stand them up. Stand them up. One way, one another. And there you go. You've got a really sturdy box. I think it's mega cute. I suppose you could add a little handle, but once it's on your desk, I don't think that's going anywhere. But how cute is that? Like I'm saying, if you've got any gaps, go round, just fill them up with a little bit of glue. That's all I did, was pull the flaps back and glue it in. The washi tape is just for decoration because we've glued it together and it's really secure. But yeah, I got the idea from this. I remember the first one I ever saw of this, somebody had made it so you could fit 1 pack of washi tape in. So I extended it again to fit 2 packs of washi tape in. Then I just extended it again to fit the stamping beads in. But you can get loads. I've got loads more, but I just can't think where they are. Let me have a look, see if I can see them. I've got loads and loads somewhere. Give me a second, girls. See if I can find them. Oh. Where have you gone? I had them in a little container somewhere. I don't know where they've gone. They are about somewhere. I will come across them. I've got loads of them. So you've got one size for washi, and I think this is 2 inches by 3 3/4. So this would be 1 inch, 3 inch, 5 1/2, 7 1/2. And 7 1/2, that's it. But because this is only a 2 inch gap, I think this was 7 1/2 by 11. So long side would be 1, 3, 5 1/2. Spin it round, and 1 and 3 again. Yeah. And then this one's for these lovely things, and then this one is for your blocks. Perfect. Desk organisers without having to fork out for all those plastic trays, especially if you like to recycle. I mean, if you can get even these in there, you could even add all these little stamping, glitter bombs, anything to keep your little knicky-knack things in. So, oh, that's cute. Stampin' Up. This is Stampin' Up. That would fit in there. Add your little knick-knacks. Maybe even add some washi tapes. Cute. Just little organisers to go on your desk, and I'm sure they would all look better lined up than a whole load of trays. But I hope you enjoyed anyway, so I'm going to keep that on my desk because I had my acrylic trays and they were just getting a little bit out of control. So, but these are smaller washi tapes. What else? I've got, I don't know where my little container's gone. I've got a tray somewhere with loads of these in, absolutely loads. Gaynor needs to go and have a look, but I will be keeping these on my desk. But thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye.